Oi, oi! Betfair Super Saturday is upon us. The weather has already ruled out a couple of meetings. Warwick's meeting's gone. So that's ruined, not ruined, but a couple of bets that were mentioned on last night's preview are no longer with us. But that's fine. I will talk to you about some bets that we have still got for the weekend, where my thoughts are. I've waited a little bit because there was one I was waiting on a price on, which was in the Hunter's Chase, which Jamie and Scotty were quite keen on. Wanted to see if I could do anything with that with the horse in the first race at Nazo, that Lark in the morning. But as it stands, I haven't played anything in them. But they are horses that I'm semi-tempted to do something with. But for the purpose of this, I ain't betting them. Right, update of the profit and loss from last week. So obviously it was treacherous on the Saturday, right? I touched on this in the rant and the racing. I can see if I can pull the bet up on here as well. I think it's in this one, maybe Hermino. But you can see the returns from Hermino there, 12.50 at 33 to 1. It's not a win bet. It was 6.25 each way. So I actually did get some money back from that, 47.50. And then I got 125 back on Saturday. So 425 out, 172.50 back, lost 252.50 on Saturday. Yikes, minus 59%. And then on Sunday, we saw that Ballyburn won. So it was a plus £75 day, 240 out, 315 back. Feel like we're a little bit unlucky with Percival Legoir, even by any stock as well. Looked like he was travelling quite nice. We don't know. Anyway, that was minus 59% on the Saturday, plus 31% on the Sunday, but obviously we made a loss, right? So the roll-in return on investment is 6.8%. So who knows? We could throw it in the fire this weekend, couldn't we? But it's what it is. It's horse racing, right? So the bets for this weekend, Betfair Super Saturday. Now, Edwardstone was one that I haven't bet. Talked about on the GG thing. Now there's like defections from the race. So Calico's already gone. I think Editor Jeet's about to go. From a pricing perspective, like I feel like I'd want 9 to 4 or sort of 2 to 1 plus on him anyway to bet. He isn't that price available. I can double check on the machine while I'm doing this now just to see where he's at on there. But I don't want to just force a bet for the sake of it, right? And I don't want to be that particularly price sensitive on certain things. He's 13 to 8 on the machine at the moment. 7 to 4 people are trying to lay on that side. I don't want to bet him at that price. Like I know people will say you're being a bit too price sensitive, but I'm not that convinced of him, right? I do think he's got a proper chance. I don't think Boot Hill on the ground and even going this way around has got a proper chance. Yeah, so we are where we are with that. I haven't bet Edwardstone, but I might, is the reason of me long-winded saying that. Anyway, let's talk about the ones I have bet, right? That's much more exciting viewing. So we've had 25 each way on Iberico Lord here. Fifth of the odds, 6 places. I talked again yesterday that I was going to go to Hills to have a bet. They're not giving me 7 places in the shop. They've even got him at 5 to 1 in the shop. Not even the same price. So I've gone for the point bigger with Betfair and a place less. But I did manage to get the old man, good old boy, to stick us 25 each way on there. He even gives me his little boost as well, bless him. So we got 50 each way on Iberico Lord. So there's 7 places up for grabs with Hills, 6 with Betfair. So I'll get some back if he's 7th, but hopefully he's going to be in the top 6 anyway. Talked about this again on the video yesterday of horses that I liked. I talked about OCASTLE de Motte, sorry. So we know what the figures are, right? 133 over here, 139 in Ireland. The fact that he's a 5 to 1, it's a fifth of the odds. On Bet365, it's 6 places. So I just feel, I mean, I know it sounds a bit stupid, but I just feel like if he was really the one, he would have been a shorter price than this. Like he'd be well backed. He's relatively weak on the exchanges, 7 to 1-ish. So wouldn't look like he's a foregone conclusion, but I would feel mad not to have something on him. And with those extended places as well, I don't know, he could finish miles down the field, couldn't he? But it's a price-driven thing. I know on his French figures, right? I haven't done it the same as I did with a Gaelic Warrior, and it is slightly different when they're no longer 4-year-olds, they're 5s. But he should be 140-ish, I think. So if you look at his Irish mark of 139, put the UK tax on, I would say that's about where he is. That wouldn't mean that he's going to definitely win, but I just mean he's got to have at least half a stone up his sleeve. You do need that in these types of races, though. So it's not a foregone conclusion that he's going to do well in there. But obviously, I've backed Iberico Lord as the big one. I've just done OCASTLE de Motte for that. Again, it's up to you how you want to play it and how you want to do things. But that's where I'm at with that. You can also see that I've bet EMITOM in the 130 now. I was talking about doing him as a bit of a muggy each way type bet, right? But we don't have young Butler in the race. We don't have this G.A. Henty, who was the Skelton horse that you couldn't really get much of a handle on. Yes, we have still got Quintara in there, who made a big mistake in that Pertemps qualifier and was beaten by a horse on the day, Geoffroy, that's 11 years old. I mean, I just don't think that form's that good. Let's look at EMITOM. Excuse me. St. Davy, he bumped into on a Thursday, wherever it was. killer, right? I backed him at 7s that day, and he just bumped into a good thing, and that's gone on 1 on Saturday. Beat Hamina, didn't he? So double killer. Young Butler, he ran behind. There's only a pound in between. He's a couple of legs behind him here, but obviously Young Butler's not running, and we know that EMITOM can handle this type of ground as well. So I feel like I don't want to bet him each way anymore. I'd rather just have him, right? And I don't want to get too much in this. If I was going to bet him each way, I'd probably go down to 12.50 each way, but I'd rather just have £25 win. We're going in, right? So talk probably far too much about him. And then a bit of a swing. We've had £25 on a hometown boy. You see the William Hill bet again. So the old man's nicked 8 of it, which is obviously fine. But he's a horse that I talked about as a horse to follow for the season in my column earlier. He only had that one run. It was in the race with Giovinco. Risk no risk to flow, and Alaphilippe was in there, and it was a race where I was fairly impressed with him. They just didn't go too hard on him. When he was good a couple of seasons ago, and he did win at Aintree, he won in February 1st and then went and won at Aintree, right? I'm not saying that I think he's a good thing, he's going to go and win. It's only a small field anyway. I think we've got 5 runners that are left in there, so I don't want to bet him each way. I don't see any value in doing that, but I want to bet him, and I'm going to bet him again through this season. So at 16 to 1, I thought it was a fair price. He's probably short on that now, but I would still be having a win dart on him anyway. So we've had £25 on him, £25 on EMITOM, but 25 each way on OCASTLE de Mott. It's easy for you to say. So that's £100 gone out in it. And then we've had 50 each way on IBERICO Lord across a couple of bets. So £200 going out. Obviously, Warwick's gone, so there was going to be some bets there. I had the 100 on Eric 4 to 5, which is gone, but it doesn't really matter. And then I talked about those couple of ones at Nace as well. So I haven't bet those in the Hunter's Chase. I don't remember the name of it. I want to say It's Your Turn, maybe. But Jamie and Scotty were fairly keen on him. I was tempted to see what sort of price he opened up and see if I could do something with him. And the one in the first as well, Larkin in the morning, I think that's got a bit of a chance. That's 6 to 5. It doesn't scream out chunks of value to me. So we'll have to see. But yeah, it's on the line as the one in the Hunter's Chase. So want to give that a mention in there. So that's this Saturday coming up. Stakes in and around £200. Obviously, if Warwick had been on, I think I would have been in the 350s comfortably. When I talked about my bets before, obviously, when the staking seems a little bit lower, it doesn't seem to go so well. But look, we're taking a bit of a punt in the Betfair hurdle. I know Gary Moore's in loads of form, and Spirit Danu has been well backed. So is what it is with that one. One other one I did on the preview thing yesterday, people might have noticed it, was July Joan for David Pipe, a horse that I backed last time when he was well beaten by Spirit Danu. Now, I bet this horse for a few quid on the exchanges, like change, but like £6 or £7, because I think I can lay it in running. Well, that's the intention with it. So again, I'm not necessarily recommending this as a bet, but he's 140 on the exchange. I've had a few quid on him, and I'll with a view to be able to lay him in running rather than betting him in sort of each way in the race. It's just one of those. I kick myself if I didn't win at the big price. And again, when we were talking yesterday at Fox Hunters, it's came to pass came up, and that was like 125 to 1. Like, you've got to sometimes just bet these for no other reason than you liked him before. The ground should suit. I still think he's an okay mark. He's actually meets Spirit Danu on much, much better terms now. And obviously that horse has been well backed. I know he pulled up behind him. Bad line of form to use it like that, but just being honest with what I've done. So for the purpose of this, the £200's gone out in the way that I've spread it there. Like 150 of it is in one race. So make of that what you will. Fingers crossed for me, I guess, this weekend, right? And then hopefully it does peter down a little bit now until Cheltenham, but hopefully there will still be a few bets as we go. And I'll keep you guys updated with that stuff anyway. Obviously, when it gets to Cheltenham, I will show you all my bets for everything. I've got some anti-post bets with Hills. I've got bets that I've struck on the exchanges. Lots of those have been shared with all my bets, not all my bets, my anti-post bets when I've done them. There's a few that I've just done in between, but I'll keep you guys up to date. We'll have a good go this year. We'll have a good few bets on each day as well, but I'll let you know my stakes and everything on there. So make sure you like the video, because that's quite nice, isn't it? But also make sure you subscribe to the channel, right? It doesn't cost you anything. If you've got a YouTube account, then just get it in there. And also you'll be notified when I put those bets up, especially when it comes to Cheltenham. So be lucky. Let me know in the comments what your best bet is for the weekend. And I will see you guys again soon, and hopefully with a few extra quid in my pocket. Be lucky.